before Wolf even gets that op out, because I'm sure once the op comes out, they'll try and get that involved a little bit more out towards mid. But initially, I'm pretty sure it's going to rely on CXZI, 6C, our player to watch to get that done.
Yeah, that's the issue, though. 6C is that player to watch. He's that individual firebrand for this team. However, in the same vein, anybody from Party Astronauts can pop up. I've seen Wolfie pop up with a rifle. Rush, who's a veteran on this team, the heavy veteran on this team, also can pop off. Ben, Leet, and Chop have their moments. Party Astronauts, a scary team. The question is, who will start things off for them?
Well, they have the Glocks, smokes, Molotov, and a flashbang. P250 in armor for Wolfie. Meanwhile, a kit for Hate, a smoke as well, and no further utility on that CT side. No dual Berettas either lurking around. A bit of an interesting choice. Dualies are so powerful in the close range angles that abound on Ancient. Particularly on this B side, Hate spams the smoke, does a little bit of chip damage, essentially the human equivalent to an HE. As the bomb gets planted and time ticks down from 40, the Party Astronauts looking to hold the line. One coming Snake will be met by Wolfie first. And maybe delayed as they're looking to move towards Long here around the cube. Freak's clearing up towards Cave. Rush is here with 6C, and Rush and 6C have the bit of the contact. 6C doubles and triples up, makes it the quad, and boy, do we pick a good one to keep an eye on for this one.
Yep, a very solid start for 6C, the one taking first contact. A very slow and measured approach for Mythic, very swiftly unraveled by Glocks at close range. That's where that T-pistol can very much shine. And of course, 6C does not miss his opportunity there to seize the limelight, as we talked about before. Clean 1-0 start for them. I like the pistol play. They had a clear strategy in mind, but it was not overly elaborate. It was not needlessly complicated. It was a straight play towards B with a little bit of utility, and it was expertly executed.
There's a spam from Flom of the 5-7 going deep down middle. Pushes for a second. Freakazoid grabs another on the pistols. Rush long range to the Mac 10 helps out with 1.5. 6C helping out 2 to bring this to a 3v2. Now a 2v2 as Danny steps up onto Cooper. Freakazoid upgrades to a Kalashnikov, working in through T-spawn all the way around behind. Hate makes contact out in-house. He is forced away. Bomb down towards B doors, and Party Astronauts have to regroup. They're expecting somebody that direction, but Freakazoid comes in behind. Massive damage onto Rush after finishing off 6C, leaving Rush in a one-shot HP to try and clutch this one up. 1v2. Hate can grab an AK out in middle as well. Molotovs for Rush, but both players coming in through mid. Spots the head of the first, removes, and he runs out of ammunition, ducks down and safely towards the site. Bomb going down now with a Galil in hand. Rush versus Freakazoid.
It's not a one-shot. He's had a mark.
Yeah, it's 91, I think, at the best for a headshot with armor.
This could undo the whole round. He had time to reload. Of course, he did not have the luxury of information. Freakazoid now on the flank will make his presence known. The question is Rush close enough to hear the steps? He'll definitely hear the smoke. It is technically planted for him. He's not going to bite on that first tap.
Smart.
He knows they probably don't have a kit. It's the smart call. He'll finally peek in, goes for the spam, but Freakazoid on the smoke has plenty of time still. He'll get the kill and secure the defuse, and that is a round stolen immediately in response by the heroics of Freakazoid.
Great push down mid from Flom that kicks it all off, and then Freakazoid comes in to clean up the rest. Great from the two veterans on Mythic to tie this one up at 1 apiece. The bomb plant at least gives Party Astronauts a bit more if they want to force back into it, which of course they do. Tech 9s, Galil, and now 2 on the PA squad. And the op is in for Cooper, Nate. A very early purchase, one brother to another, dropping that over with 2 A1Ss, the MP9 on Hate. And I know Elise was talking about how nice the UMP is these days, but it's hard to argue with the MP9 in a lot of situations. It's even harder to argue with an op shot like that. Galil down on the ground, opening pick to the CTs. In comes the MP9 for another one. Hate takes a lot of damage, but Cooper's there to cover his retreat and reload. Ben and Wolfie left standing, but the bulk of the astronauts vented from the ship. And Mythic looking to control this and bring this into a stable lead early in map 1.
Very slow reposition now for Party Astronauts as they look potentially to go towards A. The issue is they have to be very slow and measured in their reaggression in the side of the map. They have no idea how much control may have been taken. The reason they lost round number 2 was because of a flank through a main coming in from Freakazoid. That means they have to go slow and clear every angle as they push forward. They finally walk out into middle. Truck Lover is spotting from the red doors. This was our second sleeper player to watch. He'll get the information again, playing his spot to a T. And now Flom is waiting with open arms on the A site. 1 and 2 playing against the Tech-9s at range. It's rather easy. 2-1. Mythic nab away the lead and prevent a bomb plant as well, sending Party Astronauts to a very difficult save round in round number 4.
Glocks, Glocks, and Glocks from the looks of it for Party Astronauts. Maybe a decoy invested, but should not be much more than that. A smoke for Ben, a flash for Danny. That's going to do it. As Mythic stabilizing here. No more SMGs in hand either. Hate swaps that out for a Galil. So essentially 3 M4s and an AK with the op in for Mythic. A train from Party Astronauts. Truck Lover alone on A right now. Has a decently fast rotate from Cooper. That nade's going to do a lot to soften. Should make things a lot easier for the A1S mag. A Truck Lover, but he's only able to get 2. Takes Chop down very low. That nade all but eliminates Ben. Bomb stopped by Flom, and he'll mop up 2 of the last 3 with a rush, just trying to get a little bit more exit damage. Freakazoid will trade, and so now a 2-round lead for Mythic. But 2 kills considering the buy, not too shabby at all. And Nate, Party Astronauts are still not going to be on full AKs here. Sixy might relegate himself to a Galil as well if he wants extra utility, but I don't think you want him to be the utility man. You want him with the one-shot headshot machine.
Yes, you definitely do. AK in hand, it's a difficult prioritization to make, but I'd say it's the right one, all things considered. Smoke down middle, you mentioned mid is going to be a hefty point of contention. While Party Astronauts will throw some utility out, they won't commit to the fight necessarily. Just the Molotov to prevent the jump up snake early on. For the bulk of the early aggression is towards B ramp. Trades through and trades that favor Mythic, though by tenuous margins. 8 down to 18 will still slink into this power position in the corner. Again, Party Astronauts fighting from the back foot. They've been given next to no map control to work with. They've been smothered, and they are virtually stuck in their spawn at this stage. All 3 beginning to reaggress towards those double doors bottom B ramp. There's 2 players ready. One in the corner and a second in relatively close rotation top cat. That is Flom. 8 goes for the resmoke. Oh, they aren't going to go through it either. If only they knew how low Hate was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're going to go for it. Wolfie's got the flashes ready. There we go. They're going to go for it. This is the right call. Flash through. Force the issue. Again, Hate is low, but it's an anti-flash setup, and Ben Leet was blind. Sixy gets the trade, but Flom on Cat is there to answer, and Truck Lover as well, waiting in the wings. Puts the final nail in the coffin. 4-1. Mythic shutting down Party Astronauts, preventing bomb plants, and really stymieing this T economy. That pulls a timeout out of the T side rather early on.
It's a good timeout, though, for Party Astronauts, and it's something that a lot of North American teams in general that we see, North and South American, don't like to call their timeouts early. I think it's a very good call here. Settle things down, get back into your game plan, because Party Astronauts have not been allowed to follow their game plan yet. And it's just been a suffocating CT side from Mythic running down Party Astronauts and making sure they have no room to breathe. And PA going back to the pistols, but Mythic firing on all cylinders. Flom's having himself a good start. Freakazoid as well. No lack from Truck Lover, Hate, or Cooper. Those 3 sitting at an even 1.0 KD. They've answered the call when necessary, and Cooper's op hasn't really made itself known all too often either. So it's been a very good performance from the Rifles, doing that aggressive posture that works so well for them. And considering the fact, Nate, that when Party Astronauts beat Nouns on this map, it was a 5-1 start for Nouns. It's a much better situation for Mythic, but a good Molotov flushes Flom out. Gun upgrade for Ben as he only takes 15 damage on the Singe. He'll back around as Truck Lover might get tested over here on A. Molotov to force him forward. He'll drop the smoke, and escape after taking just about 2/3 of health, or 1/3 of health. He's got 2/3 left. No man advantage for either side. 4v4 for the manpower. And now
hinges on
Mythic.
Ben here. A lot hinges on Ben.
It does, and it's that contact with Freakazoid too.
This is a possibility. It's all on timing, though.
I don't like the 2-1-2, or the 2-1-1, I mean.
Making concessions because they lack Molotovs to really stall a take when it comes through. Freak dancing with Ben Leet in middle. Both knows where the other likely sits. Question is who has the timing. Rotation's finally coming back. You mentioned it. Should be looking to B, Mythic. Finally will. Truck. Forcing the issue at long last middle. Drops Ben Leet. Party astronauts now hop out towards B. That bomb plant should be a guarantee at this point. That's something to work with, but the round does not seem nearly likely. As likely, I should say. 8 finds 1. Freak the second. The A4. A rare sight in these days gets that final kill. Mythic continue 5-1. Party astronauts, though, with that bomb plant, could have a solid investment going into this 7.
A solid investment, but they need to get rounds on the board now. These damaging rounds, taking 3-4 players out of Mythic, forcing them to reinvest, getting a bomb down here for a good buy. It's not enough at this point anymore. We've played a quarter of this map if we go to full 24 rounds, and Party Astronauts have only won the pistol. They've yet to win a gun round. They've yet to come close to winning a gun round, too, which is the crazier thing. Their closest round, bar the pistol, was that 3rd round force, where Rush brought it to a 1v1. The timeout's got to come through here. They have to make things work now.
They found a way to get mid control. 6C walking by, going into red room. There was no proper contact taken either, so yes, it technically slipped a gap. I don't know if Cooper will clear this close corner. If he doesn't, then he's curtains. The up will be taken out, and an advantage will be secured. Will Danny also be watching the right spot? The answer is no. His barrel's spotted. Cooper gets him dead to rights. And now Party Astronauts again sit on the back foot. They will push towards B. They've been given room to do so. They will also be given the site for free. The question is, can they actually set up the post plan? Rush. Catches a player through the smoke. Good start. That nade proving not hopeful for Mythic. Wolfie catches Cooper winning the Opera's duel as well, and Party Astronauts now looking poised to potentially take a round at long last. As Flom goes down, Truck fares no better. It's a collapse of the remaining defensive of Mythic. Party Astronauts, long last on the board yet again.
Mythic play a little more passive out towards middle. They play more towards the sites, and it costs them. Despite winning that initial duel out mid, Party Astronauts had all of that map control, all of that information. That mid was relatively abandoned. They explode onto B, and they hold that down on lock. And because of those kills gained by PA in the last several rounds, Mythic's economy down to just about nothing. Only Freakazoid with any money, but Flom down middle. This is again what Mythic needs to return to. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it has not been broken yet. This mid control, so formidable, so domineering. And look how advanced the CTs are. A massive pick from Freakazoid down Snake. Looking for the next. Has help from Ramp as well. If Freak goes, Hate has the trade. But Hate will be right there a half second too late. Flom still out middle. The last two in his dominion. And he will reign supreme with the one and both of them. Mythic back down mid and back in the win column. Isolating another victory from the Party Astronauts. This CT side from Mythic is so hard to unseat when they play like that.
When they aggress, when they smother the control towards B, they do seem like an indomitable team. Very well done from Mythic. I think Danny got caught in the smoke, 6C. His gun barrel was sticking through. He must not have realized it. Maybe the nade pushed that smoke back a little bit too far. Either way, he was the first to fall. Party Astronauts, maybe aggression towards Jaguar might be the call here. Try to get aggressive, try to shut down Freakazoid before he can get out of that choke point, but no, they're more than happy to smoke it. No, they will. They will go through it off the back of said smoke. Here we go, an adjustment, a change. Looking to challenge Freakazoid at long last. The question is, how successful will this endeavor be? The answer, not much. Freakazoid, opening secured cleanly. Time to reposition as well. Party Astronauts, the pressure's continuing to mount. I agree with you. At this point, we might need to see another timeout for this offensive.
That's a nice little angle from Freakazoid, picking off Wolfie. The boost finds Zero. Ben picks up the op to avenge his fallen comrades, but his shot goes astray and will not connect. Flom and Freak falling away. No longer needing to aggress all around the map. Does not behoove them to. They can wait for Party Astronauts to come to them. Cooper has a main on lock. Truck Lover debating with the aggression out middle. Flom grouping up with the B players as well. His spidey senses are tingling, especially with mid watched for by Truck. He can afford to be here. Now the utility gives it away. Freakazoid, is there anything to smoke him off? No, it's dry fights. The flash is dodged by Freak. Flom will not be able to get anything done. Freakazoid falls to Danny. And now Party Astronauts can get the bomb down inside 20 seconds. 4v3 on the retake. 6C is low, but there's a good amount of utility here for the CTs on this re-aggression. Rush tagged low as well. Hate clearing up. Need to clear out the plant spot. Flom has Hate with him. 61 more. Can he do more? Ben has the op. Ben swaps off. 60's running out of ammo and he runs out of health. The spam from Ben will not find the diffuser. And he'll get caught by Truck Lover rushing down the ramp regardless. 7-2 for Mythic now. And a bomb plant means a bye again. But at this point, Nate, what do you do if you're Party Astronauts?
It's a difficult question. Mythic, their control has just been so good. I don't know what you can change other than maybe getting that aggressive control towards Jaguar and then holding there for the smokes to subside, because it is a hefty investment from Mythic in terms of utility to go for that control early on. You can get Jaguar, make it so that utility's all for naught, and then maybe mid-round re-aggress towards the middle. That might be the play, but it's a lot of time to burn. Not a lot of control to find in the meanwhile. Flom starts things off right again, catching 6C towards the middle. Cooper with the op won't succeed towards A as the bulk of this T side comes through, but he'll stay alive and he'll throw in some harassing utility. Party Astronauts have nothing to show for this take thus far. Finally, Truck goes down. Still only a 4 versus 4, and there's no utility left for the T side to facilitate this play.
Ben's up close and personal. The bomb is planted, but Wolfie falls. Down goes Ben. Flom from A main, however, meets his maker at the hands of Rush. 1 A main, 1 donut. Should be pretty easy to figure out for Mythic. Bomb is out in the open. Not really planted Rush either. He's got to deal with the op train on his position. Chop is cut down. Cooper falls, but Rush can do no more than that one. So therefore, the defuse comes through. Another round where Mythic lose a decent amount of players, but yet another one on the board. A potential 10-2 half for Mythic. And this is why I said they can steal away a map in the pre-show, especially if it came to the right map. The way they were playing on Ancient of David's Cup does not surprise me at all what they're doing right now. They did the same to Nouns, except this is just more so. And this is without the performance that they had from Truck Lover. This is Flom and Freak really taking control of the map and gripping it by the horns. Nobody on PA even close to double digits, besides 6C and Rush, 9 and 8, but 3, 2, and 4 along the rest of the roster.
It's not looking good. It's looking dismal. And I did see a comment box. I want to, again, address this. Someone said a great map pick for Mythic. No map picks here. This is 2 best of 1s, and in fact, Party Astronauts had the choice of map between Ancient and Anubis, and they chose to go to Ancient. Just to make that clear, they chose to go to both maps in both these disparate, separate best of 1s. Just keep that in mind as we go through the 2 maps of the evening. Again, aggression from Freakazoid towards Jaguar. You can do no wrong here. I think I've said that before. It's been a while since we broadcasted one of their games, but it stands ever present, ever true. Freakazoid indomitable in towards Jaguar. Mythic doubling up with Flom through the smoke, this time top Cat. Hate now. It's his turn at bat, going down B ramp, clearing things out. There's one player in the cubby. They're actually doubled up. Wolfie and his teammate Ben Leet here. They will get one by virtue of the double up, but how much more can they get is the question. They're now stuck in this corner. Mythic bearing down on one side.
This is off the back of the second of 3 timeouts for Party Astronauts, too. It's not like this is just another round. They called a timeout before this to figure out a new game plan, some way to counter Mythic's vacuum of a mid-CT pressure. They've just found nothing. The suits are failing, Nate. The life support is running out. They're finding... Well, space isn't really cold since it's a vacuum, and technically there's no temperature transference, but you know what I mean.
Nowhere safe, I think is what you're trying to say. It's a slow tread towards A and a burst play out the main. Truck Lover backside finds one and stays alive for a heck of a long time. Does a lot of damage to 6C as well. Both players getting their pistols out. Truck through the smoke finds one. Flom towards Donut. Rotating through, finds the second. There's 3 kills through smokes for Team Mythic on the round, and a 9th in the cap to almost cap off what is a smothering first half for Team Mythic.
And remember who won the pistol. It was Party Astronauts. What seems like an eternity ago now. That lead might as well be as old as this map is supposed to be. It's 4 spines the last round, double max, triple Galils. A good amount of utility, sure, but it's a scared T-side from Party Astronauts, and rightfully so. They've been bullied in every corner. Flom mollied out. He's going to get smoked and try to find his way through. He's not left the smoke, and he's not sussed out either. He escapes into Donut. That is a marvelous bit of movement, and Cooper drops one, goes back for double. He gets punished for double dipping, and he's still not finished off. 11 HP to his name as Flom takes up his position. Freak, not quite seeing the shadow, spots out the little utility belt. That's the bomb plus Wolfie. Chop out for one, but only one. Freakazoid, sandwich, rush, shut down by the op. Ben Leet, the in-game leader for Party Astronauts in a 1v3, and pretty unwinnable too, given his HP and the quality of opposition up against him. Cooper, Flom, and Truck Lover 86. One shot from any will do him in. And Flom's on the right angle. Ben has the bomb and a swift demise. 10-2 for Mythic as we head to the break.
Pressure's on for Party Astronauts. A dismal, might not even do it justice. A difficult doesn't do it either. I don't know. A complete dismantling by Team Mythic in the first half. 10-2 as they switch to the T side. Party Astronauts need to put their foot down and put it down hard. 3 or 4 rounds in a row to really come back into this one. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs to bring you the action. And Party Astronauts to bring a true last stand on this CT side pistol. Dooley's on the B site, and a straight play towards B starts things off with a chaotic energy. But Party Astronauts navigate this treacherous way well, with 3 surviving and a 3rd at long last on the board.
Both pistols go the way of the Party Astronauts, but they need a lot more as they're still down by 7. They need to string rounds together. All 3 so far, well, I guess I should say 2, the 2 prior to this one, isolated, no strings yet. And a force buy from Mythic, Tech 9's Mac 10, Deagle for Truck Lover, UMP for Rush, taking the advice of fellow North American rifler Liege. Chop and 6E going for the MP9, tried and true. Up close is the UMP, and it goes 1 for 1. The need from Chop will add another. Wolfie at range grabs a pair, and 6E meets his maker at the hands of Flom. Bomb down on B, and Flom killing time, I guess, and trying to find a cheeky kill, because he's booked it all the way through T-spawn and back towards mid. He's taking his sweet time, acting like we don't have another best of 1 to get to, so I guess we'll watch Flom kill time. And
a 3rd kill would be huge, though.
It would be massive.
That's where the money
gun
builds
is here?
up. That's an MP9.
Stick with the tech.
Stick with the tech, get a 1-shot headshot on a Chop who's in the corner, but it is being
Wolfie
watched
too.
for. Yeah. Ben Leet, however, is the one at bat. He's playing this off angle between 2 cubbies, and he will pass that test with flying colors. So no 3rd kill for Flom. But given his performance on this map, it makes sense that he was trying his darndest to get a 3rd kill. He's at 17 following that first half, and Freaking Swords at his heels with 14. The remaining trio at 7, 8, and 9. Cooper at 8 and Truck Lover. Very solid Team Mythic performance thus far, but as we mentioned, they're on the other side of the map now, and they are presumably going to struggle a little bit on this T side, much like Party Astronauts did in the first half.
Yes. T-side Ancient, seeming very unforgiving. I remember the days when it was hyper T-sided. But I also just want to say, the last 2 maps that Valve has actually made, Ancient and Anubis, well, I don't think they made Anubis, but the last 2 maps, besides Dust 2, I'm not counting Dust 2 as a new map, it's old. The last 2 new maps that Valve have added were very good. Dust 2 does not get the acceptance that either of these 2 maps deserve, as the MP9's farm up a 3-piece, maybe a 3rd on the round for Chop here. No, he's cut down by Flum, who has a pair. And maybe even a 3rd. That's a lucky headshot from Wolfie. He was about to find himself dead and gone, but able to get the headshot when it mattered. Easy one there onto Cooper. And 5 rounds now the deficit. But also, again, happy there's no Dust 2.
I'm just going to say I'm a bona fide Dust 2 hater.
You and me
It's going to
both.
be the worst map in the pool by far.
And that's saying something when Vertigo and Inferno exist.
Yeah. The fact that Inferno alone wasn't removed is already crazy. Even if it was just for Dust 2, it would have been an interesting choice. Overpass. Definitely came out of, not even left field, it came out of the stands.
It came from outside the stadium in the parking lot.
Definitely an interesting choice, and perhaps something gleaned from it. Either way, we are finally into the meat and potatoes of the second half. It is rifles on the board for Mythic. No op, but full AKs. Party Astronauts, they have Wolfie on that scoped weapon I mentioned before. Ben Leet on Just the FAMAS might struggle. He also might shine. That weapon is very hit and miss. Slow one for Mythic. Party Astronauts aren't really contesting towards Snake or towards B. So Mythic will just kind of bide their time spamming here and there before they go for an actual take.
Cooper's ready to go, and in he sprints, clearing out nobody. There's angles they don't have to worry about anymore. Through the smoke, though, Ben finds Freakazoid. Cooper into cave, makes it a tomb. Nades going through as Ben Leet is able to find it back to a 3v3. Wolfie around the cube as well, looking short with the op as the smokes begin to fade. Truck Lover peeks in. Ben has finally fallen, but Truck Lover's going back this time to short. Hate has 60 on lockdown. Wolfie one quick shot with the op, flashed out but not removed. 1v2 for the opper. A pretty awkward angle to have to try and 1v2 from as well. Mythic doing a very good job of not over-aggressing, and Truck Lover will not miss that shot. Grabs the op for Cooper. The first round on the T side for Mythic brings them within 2 of this first best of 1 of the night.
Mythic putting one on this T side early on with the rifles, no less, doing what Party Astronauts could not for the most part. That might spell the Party Astronauts' end, as their economy is in a very difficult spot. They're going to scrounge together what they can, but boy is it ugly. 2 M4s, an A4 and an A1S for Chop and 6C. CZ for Ben Leet, 5.7 for Rush, MP9 for Wolfie. No kit present, and so it will be aggression towards the middle for the Party Astronauts as they get control. Smoke though towards top Snake prevents 6C from going for any long distance duels, however.
Interesting to see the CZ75 out for Ben. Don't get to see that all too often, especially when the 5.7 is as overpowered as it is. Down middle as well. Curious indeed, but 6C and Chop simultaneous frags. Cooper spotted, but he's found 2 of his own and still alive and kicking. Pushing forward into Wolfie. This is the shot. Wolfie does not over-aggress. Chop elects not to push. Wolfie still holding in Jaguar. Ben slow on the flank, moving through T-spawn. Chop groups up with Wolfie. And we sit at a standstill with 43 seconds to go. Mythic expecting the flank. Maybe waiting to book it back to A, but the bomb's still waiting B ramp. Ben's able to get out of there alive, and Mythic need to be aware of the time on the clock. They need to know they're running out of racetrack here in the round. Yeah, Ben's gone, but they have to move, and that's been heard. Chop's going to have an angle. Cooper's ready for it, but he's not able to hit the shot. Truck Lover here as well. Takes some damage. In comes the MP9, and the Flames will ward off the push. So Flom can get that down. What a push from Truck Lover. The timing on the Wolfie. Leaving Chop. No 1v2. Flashing high. Looking the wrong direction. Backstabbed by Flom. Match point for Mythic here in the first best of 1 of the night against Party Astronauts.
And the rifle round stolen away. Some lucky timing on that smoke push, for example, but Mythic making it look good again, stealing away a map as you so clearly prophesied in the pre-show. Like it's all but a certainty at this point, given Party Astronauts' economic situation. We do have what appears to be a technical pause. Hopefully it's a brief one, but set the stage for round number 18. We have an MP9 for 6C, CZ for Wolfie, 5.7 for Chop. They do at least have a kit this time around. Rush and Ben Leet, what is the buy going to be? Probably a drop pistol for Ben Leet and an MP9 for Rush if I had to guess, but only time will tell. Meanwhile, I think I have all the fixins. Op for Cooper, full AKs, full utility. And what should be a 13th as well off the back of it. Deagle for Ben Leet could find a nice 1D somewhere, a chance. But Mythic are looking to put this one to bed quickly. Straight up B they go. No resistance as of yet. The first on site falls with ease. And this double flank should be expected as well. 6C racing forward. Does find one. Only one as well. It's Trey's the MP9 showing a lot of chaos. 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1. Wolfie has to do it all. And Cooper with the op bails the team out and secures the round and the map. 13-5 for Mythic on the first best of 1 of the evening.
13-5 despite Party Astronauts winning both pistols. Mythic did an exceptional job on that CT side. ensuring that party astronauts were never able